Lieutenant Randall conduct our Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Have a seat. All right, let me put this on mute. So the following matters will come before the Revere License Commission at its regularly scheduled meeting today, Wednesday, April 16th, at 3 p.m. in the council chamber. But before we begin to our agenda, we need approval of our minutes of March 19th, 2024. So do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
Can make a motion to approve.
Oh,
I can make a motion to approve.
and I'd second that motion. That motion carries. So the minutes will be previously filed with the city clerk. So that's approved. Okay. So the following applications are submitted for consideration. Item number 1, Rice Passions World Corp., doing business as Rice Passions, 163 Squire Road, Unit 2. Is there Guillermo Rodriguez, the manager? This is for a application for a transfer of an all alcohol restaurant license. And for the transfer of all alcohol license, said license to be exercised at 163 Squire Road, Unit 2. All operations will remain the same, from what I understand, with the requested hours of Sunday, 12 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., Tuesday to Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Requested seating is 50. Requested entertainment is widescreen cable TV, radio, and this was a continued meeting from March. So please turn on the mic and please state your name and address for the record.
Hi, my name is Christian Surian, 32 Vernon Street, Malden. I'm the consultant for this liquor license application on behalf of Rice Passions.
Okay, and tell us what your plans are.
So the business is being taken over by the owners of Kerepa, which are right next door. They're going to continue with the same concept, same menu, same employees, same layout, everything. They just want to continue this and add this to their portfolio of restaurants.
Okay. And do you have any questions for this application?
Are the hours still remaining as the same?
Same, yeah.
Okay, my question. So are the hours still remaining the same?
The same, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't have any specific questions. So, do we have any proponents in favor of this application, this transfer of the all alcohol restaurant license? Any proponents? Okay, I'll close this section. Is there anyone against us issuing this license to this gentleman in this restaurant? Anyone against? Okay, I'll close this section. Any further discussion, or I'd like to entertain a motion to approve this?
I can make a motion to approve.
And I'd second that motion. So the motion carries. So your application is hereby approved. The license shall be exercised at 163 Squire Road, Unit 2. All operations shall remain the same. Requested hours is 12 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., Tuesday to Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m., and the requested seating, which was allowed, is 50, and the entertainment shall be operated on that premises will be a widescreen, cable TV, and radio.
Correct, yep.
That's all. Best of luck to you.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay. So moving on to item number 2 on the list, we got 388 Broadway LLC, doing business as Valari at 388 Broadway in Revere. Manager is Cecilia Maya. Did I say that right? Mr.
Yes,
Maya?
yes.
All right. And this is an application for a one-day change of hours application of 388 Broadway LLC for a one-day change of opening hours to open at 5 a.m. for the Easter breakfast for a church group. In accordance with state law, no alcohol will be served at this time. So please state your name and address for the record and tell us what your plans are.
Cecilia Maya, 388 Broadway in Revere. We have a church group from Revere that approached us and wanted us to serve their breakfast, but it's actually a dinner. And yes, no alcohol will be served, and we're opening primarily is for them. It's a group of about 40 adults,
Okay.
including children.
So you said it's actually a dinner at 5 a.m.?
Yes, because they go to mass, I think, at 11:30 at night.
Oh, and they
And
get
once
out.
they get out of mass at 4:30 in the morning, they're gonna come in, have dinner, and go straight home to bed. And they're aware that we're not serving alcohol. They even requested sodas, so we're fine.
Well, some religious folks, I'm sure they won't be throwing them back at 5 a.m., right?
Well, you never know.
Never know. But all right. Well, thank you. Do you have any
you.
questions?
I have no questions.
Okay, we'll close this section. All right. Are there any proponents? Anyone in favor of us approving this application for a change of hours?
Hi, Councilor Guarino Sawaya. I am a proponent, and I am very happy with the way this establishment has presented itself, and anything that we could do to help them, I would appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Thank
And
you.
will you be attending at 5 a.m.?
No.
Okay, I figured that. I would appreciate an invitation, but I'll be honest, I probably won't be up at that time either.
Yeah, that's
So I'll close this section. Thank you, Council. Are there anyone in opposition of us issuing this or approving this application? Anyone in opposition? Okay, so I'll close that section as well. I'd entertain a motion,
And I can make a motion to approve?
and I'd second that motion. All right, so your application for a one-day change of opening hours at 5 a.m., you'll be open for your Easter breakfast for this church group, is hereby approved. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, item number 3 on the list, we have, is it Colwyn Management, Staybridge Suites, Holiday Inn Express, Revere. This is for an application for a change of manager, application of Colwyn Management, Holiday Inn Express, and the manager is Cynthia Basic. And it's for a change of manager from Catherine Cucciarello?
Cucciello, yeah.
Cucciello, all right? And if you could just turn on your mic, if it's already on, and state your name and address for the record, and go from there.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. John, Aida, McDermott, Quilty, and Miller at 28 State Street in Boston. With me is Cynthia Basic. Cynthia is the general manager as well as the proposed manager of record on this license. This is the Staybridge Suites Holiday Inn Express, owned by Colwyn Management, Inc. So it's a straight change of manager. By way briefly of background, Cynthia has over 25 years' experience in the hospitality industry, front office manager, general manager, as well as being in charge of the food and beverage, including alcohol service. So she is familiar with the rules and regulations of the board, the laws of the Commonwealth, and the ABCC as it pertains to the sale and service of alcohol. She's tip certified, and all staff handling alcohol will remain tip certified. There's no operational changes and no changes to the ownership.
Okay. Let me just quickly look this over. While I'm looking through this application, do you have any questions for?
I don't think I have any questions. Sounds like you're pretty well qualified.
It seems like everything is in order.
I did have one slight correction. I don't know if I should just email it to Maggie or can hand that in. Just on her phone number, I just had a digit off, so is that something I could just hand in to you? Okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Council. So I'm gonna close this section. I'm gonna open up. Anyone in favor of us approving this application for a change of manager? Anyone in favor? Okay, hearing any? I'd close this section. Anyone opposed? Anyone opposed to us approving Ms. Basic as the manager of Holiday Inn Express? Anyone opposed? Okay, I'd close this section. At this point, if there's no further discussion, I'd entertain a motion,
I can make a motion to approve.
and I'd gladly second that. So This application for a change of manager from a Catherine Cucciello,
Good?
good enough, to a Cynthia Basic is hereby approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, we're flying through it. So number 4 on the list, we have Revere Chamber of Commerce, Susan B. Anthony Field, Alex Pompanio, event manager. And this is for an application for a one-day license for malt/wine, common vicular entertainment. Said license will be exercised at the field of Susan B. Anthony on June 21st, 2025, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. with a rain date of June 22nd, 2025. The event is a cornhole tournament, and the expected attendance is anywhere between 50 to 100 guests. So please state your name for the record and your address.
There we go. Alexandra Pomponio, 1510 North Shore Road. And my-
Erica Porzio, Chamber Executive Director, 25 Rear Central Ave, Revere.
And can you just, one of you go into a little bit of detail on what your plans are for this event and whether you've done this before, which I suspect you have. I've been a part of this, but just state it for the record, please.
Absolutely, yes. So this will be our second annual cornhole tournament with the support and partnership of the City of Revere Parks and Recreation Department. We have Michael, the director, working with us on it. Again, this is the second annual, so it's the same expected attendance of 50 to 100. Historically, or at least last year, we did end up having about 40 participants. So we are on the lower end and would expect maybe a little more if possible. Again, this will be taking place on a school field. It was at a different location last year, but that helped with maintaining, especially because, with consideration to residential and whatnot, it's a safe area. We also have enough space. You'll see on the site map that we created that, similar to that of last year for alcohol and service control, Murray's Tavern, who did it last year, will also be doing that beer garden. But the way that we situated it on the map is so that there is spacing, so that it can be properly managed, especially with regard to alcohol. You'll also see on the transport, service, and control for the alcohol that John Murray, one of the owners, as you guys know so well, he will actually be transporting it himself. It is only beer and wine. And that is no earlier, no later than an hour, before the event. Bracelets will be given, and all IDs will be checked. And as I said, that will be situated, as you can see on the site plan, away from the games because it is intramural and different ages. So we want to control that.
What's the lowest age?
It's open to the public.
Okay.
If someone brings their toddler.
Okay. Do you have any questions? Do you have anything else to add? Or is she
No.
Okay, perfect. Do you have anything else you want to discuss on this?
You said that alcohol was going to be served an hour before the event.
No. Sorry.
Pardon?
No.
Transported.
Transport,
Okay.
yes. And that's just for control purposes. I wanted to specify that.
Okay, so what time are you guys planning to start serving alcohol?
As soon as the event starts, so same time, 10:30. I apologize.
Realistically, 11.
There you are. Yeah.
And obviously, I mean, it's Murray's Tavern. I mean, John Murray, he's well familiar with the rules that he has to abide by when distributing alcohol, and especially at these events, he does all of them. He does a lot of them, actually. He does. He's pretty good. He's a good guy, too, and they have good food over there. Okay. Do you have any other questions?
It's good. I don't have more questions. Murray's is usually pretty good with
Alcohol. That was
their
only
events,
that's
yeah.
usually our concern. Is obviously you guys ran a good event last year. There was no issues, so I suspect everything's gonna run the same, right? Okay. So we'll close this section. Are there anyone in favor of us approving this application? Anyone in favor? Any proponents? Okay. Seeing nor hearing any, I'm gonna close this section. Anyone opposed? Anyone opposed to us granting this one-day license. Anyone opposed? Okay, closing that section. Unless you have any further discussion, I'd entertain a motion.
And I would make a motion to approve.
Okay, I'd second that motion. So your application for a one-day malt/wine and common vicular, as well as an entertainment license, although I don't recall you specifying what the entertainment was. What type of entertainment you having? I apologize. That's one thing I did not hear.
The entertainment is really, we're gonna have a microphone to announce who's going to be coming up for the next round, so there really won't be any additional
It's not like music,
entertainment.
they have a
No,
DJ?
No,
I
nothing
see.
like that,
Okay. Well, how about this?
just in case.
So,
Just
how
in
about this? So I'm
That's really
gonna
what it
make a
was.
slight modification, because, let's just say, for instance, someone is listening to us on YouTube, and they said, well, they said just gonna have a mic and no DJ, and then you end up having a DJ or some type of music, then you'll get in a little trouble. So we're gonna do this. So, the entertainment, shall be limited to speakers, music.
Perfect.
Right? Obviously, respecting that it is a residential area, and I assume you would, be cognizant of that. So this application is hereby approved for a one-day malt, wine, common vicular, as well as the entertainment license, and the entertainment shall be limited to, speaker, amplified speaker, and/or possible DJ. And said license will be exercised at the field of Susan B. Anthony on Sunday, June 21st, 2025, from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. with a rain date of Sunday, June 22nd, 2025. And this is a cornhole tournament. And the expected attendance at this event is anywhere between 50 to 100 people. All right. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Item number 5 on our list, Tulum Taqueria will be continued to our May meeting. So that's off the list for today. All right, now we're gonna proceed to our hearings. All right, item number 6, our first hearing is MFRP Corp., doing business as the Squire. This is a continued hearing from last month, which is in March, hearing into the failure to provide adequate security resulting in multiple attacks on patrons. So, can you please state your name and address for the record? And
Peter DePisa, 604 Squire Road.
Okay, how you doing, Mr. DePisa? So, the commission did receive some correspondence from you. Can you just state for the record what you sent us and elaborate further on that?
I sent you, we updated our security systems through the recommendation of the security company that we hired. We added AI technology with thermal cameras in the parking lot, which all the Home Depots and Lowe's are now currently using, a lot of nightclubs across America are using, which is reducing crime by 60%. So the technology works by, it picks up movement of humans. So if they're sitting in the parking lot, a loudspeaker will going on and tell them that they're trespassing, they have to leave the premises. It also makes them aware that they are being video cameraed. We also added security personnel inside and outside the building. I added 4 more additional cameras by the front door, so we can also monitor the outside parking lot. I have a big TV screen by the metal detector, so we'll see customers what's happening outside in the parking lot. All my staff has been retrained, recertified, and crowd controlled, tip certified. And on a monthly basis, we'll have Guardian, will be training all our staff as well as their own staff.
Right. So I really don't want to prolong this any further because I did review everything and it seems like you're taking measures. I think at the last hearing, the commission was specifically looking for a plan. I'm not sure if that was actually conveyed to you clearly, but what we, and certainly appreciate all the measures you take. I think that's great that you added that AI system, and I did review the correspondence from the security company, but we really want to see the plan. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. What are the closing procedures going to look like? How many security guards, if any, will you have out in the lot? But what we, and certainly appreciate all the measures you take. I think that's great that you added that AI system. And I apologize for that. So what I'm saying is that what we're specifically looking for, and I'll seek some guidance on how we can handle it. So, so what we're specifically looking for is a plan that basically spells out, okay, in light of the fact that you hired all these guards and you put up 4 new cameras, you know, what will your closing procedures look like in light of the additional security? Will you start to file out people a little earlier? Will you have 4 or 5 guards in a lot? You know, will you instead of turning on the lights 30 minutes before, you're going to turn them on 45 minutes, whatever it may be. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you how to do your business. You've been doing it for a very long time. But we want to see an actual plan. So I think everything you've done to this point is great. We're not going to do anything or take any action at this particular hearing. I would ask that following this hearing, I would actually move to continue this hearing to May and see if you can get something in writing that kind of spells out what that security plan is. And I'll give you, again, you know, this many guards out in the parking lot to ensure that the patrons are exiting, you know, orderly. You know, this is what we plan to do in terms of maintaining the issues inside, you know, so on and so forth. You know, like I said, you've been doing this business for a long time.
I understand. Sorry about the miscommunication, but
That's
I
fine.
understand what you're looking for. No,
Right.
not a problem.
Right. So again, I don't want to keep you here too much longer. I would move to continue this to our May hearing. And if you can, just provide Maggie in our office with the actual plan that you plan to do. And I think it's great. I note you hired the guardian, you hired, I see the system that you're going to put in the park. I think that's all great, and I think it's all steps in the right direction. We're not quite there yet. But I think we can have all this squared away and probably filed away by the May meeting. Is that
Okay.
fair?
Thank you.
No problem. Best of luck to you. So this, yes? Oh, sorry, Mr. DePisa. What is the Squire's plan? I said back on the record on item number 4. No, excuse me, item number 6. What is your plan regarding the outstanding balance to the Revere PD? So obviously it's a pretty significant amount.
I'm hoping business picks up. We're coming into the summertime, which should, you know, increase our business. So once the money starts trickling in, we'll start paying the bills.
Right. So if you could, in addition to that security plan, maybe put something together for us to just kind of let us know what your intentions are in writing about the outstanding balance to the city.
No
Fair?
problem.
Thank you so much, Peter.
Thank
Appreciate it. Thank you. So we're going to continue this item number 6 to our May meeting for further information from the Squire. Thank you. Okay. Moving on to item number 7 on the list. This is a hearing for Four Partners Incorporated, doing business as Antonia's at the beach. This hearing is into the unauthorized transfer of control of the license, no approved license manager, resident noise complaints, and unpaid license fees. So is there anyone from Antonia's that would like to speak? Just state your name, your full name for the record, as well as your address.
Yeah, Fernando Loaiza, 492 Riviera Beach Boulevard.
Okay, Fernando, so I'd give you the floor. Obviously, you've been in front of this commission repeatedly since 2019. There's been a host of issues, obviously, surrounding the restaurant. I think that the commission has given you a significant amount of grace. So I think you can start by what's going on with the paperwork for the restaurant in terms of the license transfer into an authorized person, as well as having an approved license manager. Where are you at with that?
Okay, we, by November, we fill out everything and we get all the paper to pay the fees and everything. Since then, I got another lawyer to help me to do this thing. So they were asking for like an update with taxes.
Who is they that you speak?
The
ABCC?
So the last thing, because the first time I submitted everything was fine.
What do you mean by everything was fine? Elaborate on that.
Because when I asked for the manager and all the information and the court and everything was fine, and at that point also I did the taxes. I was in good standing.
Well, they
But-
issued a return of no action back in January of this year.
Yeah, but then then they asked me for a new one. So then I was trying to get it because at that point I had to get the good standing from taxes. That was something that I was trying to get it through the getting like new partner and everything and get some money. At the beginning, that was pay everything in full, but then I talked to the person in DOR, so they told me if I pay some a small amount, so they can give me that. So that was part of the getting a new partner into the
Well,
business.
so the issuance of a certificate of good standing is contingent upon a few different things. And from what we received information is that you owe a significant amount of money to the Department of Revenue.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't be able to issue a certificate of good standing in light of the amount of.
Exactly. So that at that point, when I talked to them and the lawyer talked to them, they said you don't need to pay everything in full, but you pay like some percentage, and you can get the good standing because you're gonna come in a payment plan. So you
And
can
did you pay that percentage?
No, because
Okay.
that was part of the getting somebody to help me with that.
Okay.
Because I was getting a partner to pay something, and that also takes too long to get the money. To be honest, that was something that was kind of tried to look for the money, but I never get it. So that's why.
So now, Fernando, I have a question. So you're saying that you should be all set with your documents by November. But if I'm understanding my notes right, this license was transferred since 2019, correct? And it hasn't been done since then? So the license has not been transferred over to you since you purchased this property, since it was transferred over?
Well, when I started doing everything,
This has been going on since 2019?
No, every time when we just did everything, I did all the transfer, all the paperwork, but I don't know. We submitted the manager and everything.
But it has
never-
never been approved since
Exactly.
2019.
Every time they was asking for things. So I went through 3 different lawyers helping me until then. I did everything myself. That's when I sent all the paperwork they were required. But at the end of the year, they asking for again a new good standing from the taxes. But at that point, I could get it because I was some standing balance.
So what's different now from 5 years ago that you're gonna make the transfer correctly now?
What is different that I can?
Because you've had time to do this transfer since this time. And I see in my notes that, we've had you come here for 2020, June 2021, July 2022, several different times for this specific reason, correct?
So, I'm going to close this particular section and open the floor to anyone that would like to speak regarding this issue at Antonia's, if there's any. Okay, or speak on their behalf in favor of Antonia's. I'm going to close this section. And I'm going to open the floor to anyone that is, I can't necessarily say in opposition, but anything that, concern that they would like to speak on behalf or regarding this issue. And please state your name and address for the.
My name is Wayne Santolo. I live at 320 Prospect Avenue. Real simple. He's been evicted. At the end of this month, he has to be out. My family owns the property. I
Oh,
own the
okay,
property.
okay,
I'm
that's, so that's the,
sorry.
okay,
Yeah,
cool, okay.
We
so
own
now-
all the property
I see,
there.
so you sent him a notice to vacate?
He's been, yeah, she has it.
Okay.
So.
We received
could
a
save a
copy.
lot of time here. Floramos is gonna be the new tenant coming in.
Okay,
Be familiar with Floramos?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
Very-
they're gonna be the
those-
new
those
tenant.
steak tips.
We haven't signed a lease yet, but he has to be out by the end of the month.
Okay.
We could save a lot of time here.
okay.
Just-
All right, I appreciate the information.
okay.
But in terms of, and I understand where you are now, but if you could just comment briefly on the record about what your experience has been with them as tenants, if there's anything that's noteworthy for us that we need
He's
to.
been a tenant at will for 5 years. So, as you can see.
Have there
it's-
been any issues, or is it from your end, from your side, or,
As a landlord?
yeah, as a landlord?
No.
Okay.
I mean, he's a good guy. Time has come.
Okay.
And like I said, he has the eviction notice. He's been served. He's very well aware of it.
Okay.
And we'll save a lot of time here.
Okay.
He has to be out by the end of the month.
Fair enough. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that.
All right.
Mr. Loaiza, sorry, Loaiza. What's your response to that? I mean, obviously, you've been served with a notice to vacate. What's the restaurant's plan? What's your plan? What's your company plan?
Well, it's sad for me because, I mean, no, since I got Antonia's, but before, like, managing and be there with the other owners, I really love the place. And I try to do some things for the place. But in the last months, I've been feeling and I've been heard a lot of stuff that, to be honest, I feel drained. So, like, I'm okay. When they told me, I mean, even a lot of people said you can fight, I don't want to fight.
Okay.
So, yes, I want to continue. I love hospitality. Actually, I have some things here that I want you to see. This is Antonia. This is the thing that I was trying to get there. When somebody was saying things about us, there's a family place, and we love that place. And there's going to be a lot of memories that we got that place. I mean, probably not even they love the place as I love the place, you know. I done a lot of weddings, a lot of birthdays, a lot of things there. And actually, the reason why I stayed there was for my people. And when they told me I was ready to go, but I think I was trying to buy some time at least until they find a place to move, to get a jobs. And also, that would be the last party at Antonia, but I was just waiting for you guys because I told the lady this has happened, and I don't know if we're going to be able to make it. Yeah, I mean, I think that what was my plan for Antonia's, Riviera's not ready. I was getting to get a place where you can go and listen to nice music, all kind of music, people that can sit down with the families and enjoy music. A nice place to do like a small weddings or things more like a family. But I don't know, I feel like so much, not you, because you guys helped me a lot. And I'm sorry about that, I didn't fix everything on time. But in the last 3-4 months, the place was a nightmare for me. So at this one, if you want just to take a look.
Sure. And what is this that you're showing us here? This is Antonia's?
Yeah, that's Antonia. That's weddings, that's music. We've done a lot for the community. I don't know, in the future, maybe if you guys give me the opportunity to open another place, I'll be so happy to do it.
No, it's nice. I've actually been there for a couple of events.
Yeah.
I've been there as well for a few events, birthday parties, etc. Is there anything else you'd like to state on the record before we...
I also want to mention, since the last time, because I see the noise complaint, and I guess the last time that we were here, I said, if something happened, please let me know. Unfortunately, a couple of weeks ago, we have a music there, yes, and we were closing at 12 o'clock. As you guys say, by 12 o'clock, we just put the music from the radio. But unfortunately, that day, one of my dogs was dying, and I was in the hospital, and I was there like around 11. And I was, my mind and everything, we were so bad, but I definitely was there by that time. So the last time that I was, like last week, also we have music, and I was there, and I record everything. And I want to tell you something. I was walking outside, and there was no music outside. And also notice there was neighbors with the windows open, so that way they can hear the music. And I mean, I said, guys, if you could help me, because you don't know how I'm struggling. And I'm not for making money, it's just to pay my people, to pay, the people who work for me, because we don't make money right now. And when I do something like that, it's for the community. Actually, the last party that we did, I don't know if you know what happened in Dominican Republic. So they called me and said, can we do some kind of tribute to the guy who dies? And I said, let's do something like that's the music. And I was kind of afraid to say no, because say, please. So by 12 o'clock we done, and literally by 12 o'clock was done. But I can see people was around looking for something. That's what I said, you know what, I'm done. I mean, I'm not doing nothing wrong. And also the other day, Angela told me that she heard that somebody said that I want to do something upstairs. Come on, the only thing that I want to do there is parties. In parties, like weddings, stuff like that. And my family works over there. My daughter works over there. How are you going to do something like that? People talking bad about. So that's what I say. You know what? I'm done.
To be frank, Mr. Loaiza, I would caution you by not opening that door on record, and especially in a public forum, because that could obviously lead to other consequences. I say we just focus strictly on what's before us today. So again, I don't know if there's anything else you'd like to add, but I certainly want to make a comment on the record, if that's okay. So after careful consideration, review of all of the notes in the files, the documentation, the hearings we've had in the past dating back to 2019, the testimonies that have come before us in favor as well as against Antonia's at the beach, the evidence that was submitted at the various hearings, I feel comfortable noting that the commission can make the following findings. 1, the unauthorized transfer of the license control. Since 2019, repeated unauthorized transfers, failure to properly submit transfer documentations have occurred. Despite numerous hearings, notices, and opportunities provided by this commission and the Alcohol Beverages Control Commission, you, Fernando, Mr. Loaiza, consistently failed to comply with the requirements explicitly set forth. Most recently, the ABCC returned an action returned no action notice dating back in January 31st, 2025, which to this date was ignored. These actions constitute violations under Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 15A, as well as Section 23, which explicitly prohibits the unauthorized transfer of any interest in a licensed entity without prior approval from the local licensing authority, as well as the ABCC. Number 2, the lack of approved license manager. Antonia's at the Beach currently operates without an approved license manager. Pursuant to Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 26, a corporation licensed to sell alcohol beverages must appoint a duly authorized license manager approved by the local license authority. You, Mr. Fernando Loaiza, has failed to meet the statutory requirement. Despite explicit instructions and ample opportunities to rectify this significant deficiency. And number 3, these additional issues, the registered agent, Mr. Fernando Loaiza, is subject to eviction by the end of April 2025. The premises will no longer be available for a licensed operation, further complicating the lawful continuation of the business under the license in question. So given the chronic and non-compliant statutory violations, as well as significant history of non-cooperation, I would move to propose that a revocation of the license in its entirety is justified and necessary to maintain compliance of the state laws and regulations, and to uphold the integrity and the proper management of the licensed establishments in the city of Revere. So that's my motion. I'm moving to revoke the license in its entirety, not only the all alcohol license that's issued to Antonia's on the Beach, but as well as the common vicular license that was issued, as well as the entertainment license. And I would like that revocation be effective immediately. I believe that this motion and this decision is made pursuant to the authorities vested within this commission by the Massachusetts General Laws under Chapter 38. And it's also consistent with the public interest in this matter, as well as the statutory obligations that were imposed on this business owner that he failed to comply. So that's my motion. I'm not sure if I'd have a second, but that's what I move to do at this point.
So looking back on the history and knowing how clear the commission has been, I will second that.
That motion.
I'll second that motion.
So at this point, so it's the decision of this commission, as I noted, Fernando, after the consideration of everything, that we're going to revoke the license in its entirety. This license isn't something that can be transferred to any business that you have or that you may potentially open in the future. you would have to submit and start anew if wherever you end up going. I hope that we see you again. I hope that this isn't something that is to your detriment where you can't continue to be a business owner somewhere else. But I believe we're at a point where we have to take back the license in its entirety. These decisions aren't made lightly. They're made in consideration of all the information and evidence that is submitted before the commission to date, okay? So best of luck to you. And so Maggie, you have all that, right? So we're all set here. Do you have anything else to add before we close? All right, thank you, Fernando. Meeting's adjourned. So I'm going to proceed to communications. Thank you, Counselor. I'm going to proceed to communications. We received notification from the ABCC, a return of no action for an application from Lumia Lounge LLC. We also received some communications from the ABCC regarding changes to forms of identification which licenses may reasonably rely on. They now include that a valid driver's license issued by another state, they can be added to the form, as well as a global entry card by the United States Customs and Border Protection. So that's added to the identifications as part of the application process that someone can use. License renewals for common vicular is available on the city website, as well as a license renewal for an entertainment license, the Good Diner, it's only one there, as well as Spanish interpretation of today's meeting is available upon request within 48 hours. Huh? Oh, you gotta read that? Just trying to be thorough. Okay, and that is our meeting for today. We are going to adjourn to May 21st, 2025. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I can make a motion to approve.
All right, and I would second that. So we will adjourn to May 21st, 2025. Thank you, have a good day.